Hello.
Hi. We're
Good morning. All right, so I was just looking at something here on ES. We had a nice move down overnight, and then if you look, we got a little, looks like an SBS setting up. So we should expect price to come up to this 54 level. I do want to see 1, 2, 1. Nope. Okay. I'm going to see a little bit of a retracement on ES to get it into a long to target that orange line up there at 54. We are in a very strong downtrend, so this may be the wrong side of the move. That's fine.
Order filled.
targeting this line up here. Yeah, it's a negative RR, but I'm just doing it on my take profit accounts just to see if we get a continuation higher. So I was looking at on the 15-minute. We should see 4 go out and take like 3. Especially after that big of a move down overnight. I mean, you know, we could see this continue to just fall, but we generally see some sort of move back up before that happens. We get a nice push up on ES. See if we can go a bit higher here. NASDAQ struggling to get above that previous high. And we're right back down. All right, we're about to have the 15-minute opening range set. I'm going to see if we can get a push up or if we're just going to fail and continue lower. And it looks super, a little weak, little weak. Nice move back up. Yeah, I want to see these highs taken over here on ES. Okay, there we go. We got a sweep of that 15-minute opening range high. Hopefully we don't see what we don't see what happens again today, what happens yesterday where we sweep and then just boop, just push right back down into the range. If that happens, I'm going to be trying something different with the 15-minute opening range. If we get a 5-minute closure back into the range, I'm going to, go short with the stop above the high and then targeting the low of the range. Something that I've just kind of noticed and have been watching. ES is looking a lot stronger than NQ here. Give me just 1 second. The divergence on these is crazy. I'm gonna move my stop up to 31, 30, just in case we do come back down. I don't want to, use the bottom of the range as the risk. I'd rather limit the risk when I'm not losing too much on these accounts.
Order filled.
All right, that was a nice win right there. You can see 216 is the actual profit on that trade because I had like 40 bucks on the top account there when the stream started from last night. Excuse me. But as you can see, what I was looking at here, well, first off, we opened and we swept this low over here. So, in my head, we got this SBS playing out. This wouldn't be the one down here, the number one, because when we come up to make two, that leg two should come down and take out leg one. So as you can see here, this leg two came out and took leg one, leg four, leg five. We didn't really have that. That's just an equal high or equal low. We waited for that push up. We entered and we took profit. I'm about $30 or $20 away from passing that take profit account, so I may try to just squeeze one more trade in, after I trade my other accounts. We got ES poking above London's opening range now. We got all of this up here. We got previous low week, previous day low, and previous day close. So let's just see how we react here. We could come down, retest this London opening range, push higher. Wonder if NASDAQ will want to come up and take these high. Oh wow, we took London high on ES. So I wonder if NASDAQ will want to get up there to take London high as well. We got NASDAQ kind of testing the opening range, 15-minute opening range high. On the 1 minute, we had a closure above on the opening range, 15-minute opening range high on NASDAQ. So we could see some more movement up here. I think it's more likely than us to go down. Again, given this just downtrend the whole night. But we know how the market acts, and it can do whatever it wants. Anyone take that long? That long on ES for about 14.5 points. Be $700 with the mini. Nice. We got oil kind of not doing anything. VIX is down, back below 20. NASDAQ looking strong. We got the London high at 30,053 on NASDAQ. So again, I think we might see a move up to that area. So on the hourly, the 50% retrace for the swing that we're in right now is all the way up at 30,287. So, you know, London highs are not too far off. See that retest of the 15-minute opening range high on NASDAQ right down here to the 805, and then we pushed right back up 100 points. It's pretty solid. Let's do some more fibs here. Boom, we had a 50%. We had a 50%. Let's see if we get some sort of retracement here. So they go long here on my Lucid funded accounts. You know, just a quick move. We got 820 probably, you know, as the entry, and then I'd set my stop below 804. I didn't see the pullback either. I was looking at ES. We had a nice 5-minute closure on NASDAQ. Again, just a little bit too high for an entry here for my liking on a long. So, you know, we could be looking at something like this. Very, very tight stop. be about 20 points of risk on NASDAQ. So with 2 micros, sorry, that'd be $80. So I would want to see a deeper retracement though. We may not get that. You know, if we entered up here, that's a 90-point stop. It's quite a move. May not get that retracement. It may go without us. That may have been the retracement there. One of my counts just threw up. So it looks like that was the retracement there. We better have the hourly close here. Okay. Oops. All right, there we go. We got the 15 or the 30-minute opening range set. We got the first hourly candles range. Again, my target was London highs on NASDAQ up here. Looks like we're just gonna, go up there without being offered a retracement for an entry. Yes, the next target that I have is this previous weekly low and then previous day high. We also got that retracement on the hourly, the 50% retracement on the hourly sitting at 505. Yeah, looks like NASDAQ's going to go without us here. Would have been a 200-point move. We get all the way up to London highs. We had entered down here. See if we can get a little retracement though to get us an entry, because knowing NASDAQ, whenever I want to trade it, it just goes. It doesn't retrace. Then when I do trade it, it retraces to my stop loss. So this retracement right here would be a nice confluence, you know, testing previous low of week and then pushing back up to those London highs on NASDAQ. That'd be a pretty big stop, like this. You know, that'd be a 80-point stop. I mean, you know, if we go in with one contract, that could be decent, but we'll see how we play out here. If anything, I may want to take this on take profit because I just need like 20 bucks to get this account passed, but we're gonna try it here on these Lucid Fundeds. We're not gonna fucking retrace, man. Like what is this? Any other day, right? Any other day would get a nice retracement. We got ES testing the previous low of week. If we get a closure above that, I may long it with take profit of 506. All right, there's the new 5-minute. We got a closure above on ES. If I do long it here on ES, my stop's going to be 63. Let's see what that plays out to. Oops. So take profit would be up there at 505. Stop loss would be down here at 63. I'm just going to wait here for a second. All right, I'm longing on ES.
Order filled.
If we lose this, that's fine. We're going to let this run to that retracement up there, the hourly swing retracement, the 50%. So let's see how this works. We're seeing about 160 here on these accounts. And the 505 area is that 505 is my target because of the hourly retracement level for the swing. You know, we want to see price come back up, tap that if we want to go lower. And then on NASDAQ, it's looking like it wants to keep pushing.
Order filled.
Let's see if we can pass this account here. The second I decide to long, NASDAQ says I'm done playing, I'm done going up.
Order filled.
Fuck you, NASDAQ. We'll retry that on that eval down here at 925. If it doesn't go down there and it just decides to shoot up, I'm going to market order in. Alright, I got that set on my take profit eval. Stop would be at 844. Let's see how this plays out.
Order filled.
Alright, I entered on my take profit at 958, so I don't think we're going to get that retracement back down to the 50%. We need about 20 bucks. 20 more bucks. Come on. NASDAQ. ES looking nice and strong. We're up about 50 bucks in that position. I may cut that at $100 in profit on the fundeds, just because I want to see some green. Oh,
Order filled.
all right, just pass that take profit. I don't like that rejection.
Order filled.
Fuck, man. That's so messed up. I was up like 150 bucks and I was just waiting. Didn't take my profit, but I did secure $23 on the funded accounts. I caught it a little late. Maybe enter here. I just didn't like that rejection there on that 1 minute, that wick off the 200 SMA. So we'll see how we play out here. May re-enter this with a tighter stop at 71. Yeah, I'm going for it.
Order filled.
So if this loses, that's on me for not taking my profit when I saw it. We got to stop down here. We got that 505. We're looking really strong here, though. Well, good news is that we passed that take profit account, right? I mean, I was watching Nasdaq, and I didn't notice, or I didn't see the profit on my fundeds. I saw it, but I didn't take it in time, so that's all right. We're back in profit here. Lost about 130 on these yesterday each, so see if Nasdaq will go up and take that high that we were looking at for London. Come on, push past that high there at 85. Push past that high there at 85. Come on, you little beep, little get up there. Come on, little All right,
Order filled.
$50 total in the funded accounts right now. I don't like the way it's hesitating. We're gonna wait. Let's see, we struggled to push past that wick high there. On the 5 minute, that is the 200, simple moving average. So expected to face some resistance there. Okay, now it's gonna go. We did get a closure above that 200 SMA, so we could, long, risking the low of that previous candle at 75. That wouldn't be a bad risk. Um, we could also just see this just come down and wick out that low, because you can see we wicked the high. This could be a sign of reversal to come back down. We got about a minute 26 left on this candle. We're looking very strong here, though. All right, I'm gonna do it.
Order filled.
That is loud as hell. Sorry. All right, yeah, we got our stop below that candle low, the wick of that candle's low, 75, targeting 505. See a nice push up here. And if this loses, it's on me. It's okay. I had $150 in profit in my hands, and I didn't close it, so we're playing the momentum here. Playing the momentum. So we closed above the 200 SMA. Looks like we want to push higher, risking below that 200 SMA, because if we push down and enter that territory again, that's a good invalidation point for myself. And if our total dollar profit gets back up to 150, I'm gonna cut the trade, because that's where I should have cut it initially. I just didn't get to the screen in time.
Order filled.
All right, I'm done with that. I am done with that. Let's go. 141 on all three fundeds. This is probably going to run up and hit target, but after that little fiasco there where I, saw the profit, didn't take it, and then got a little angry at the market there, I'm gonna cut my wins there and just call it good, because I don't want to hold it trying to be greedy and then it come down and stop me out. So we got NASDAQ coming up to the London high, like I was mentioning over here when we were down at 843. That's 200 points. We got up to 30,043, so that's a nice 200-point trade idea that I wasn't able to take because I was waiting for a retracement to the 50%. Never came back down to tag me in, but that's fine. I didn't really want to participate. I don't like participating in NASDAQ on my funded accounts because it's a bitch and it'll ruin your day. So, I call that a pretty good day. 141. I think that's about $2 shy of the biggest profit day that I've had on my funded accounts. So I'll take that. We got the loss back from yesterday because I lost about 130. 138 yesterday, so we're green on the week. Let me see if I can show you my. Let me show you my screen. So here on my Lucid funded, as you can see, Mondays fucking suck. I made 105 on that Monday, but 3 out of 4 Mondays so far in this month, I've lost money. And as you can see, back in May, I only traded one Monday. April, did okay on Mondays, but for June, I think next Monday, I'm not going to touch my funded accounts, because what does the data tell me? that I suck on Mondays. That's fine. You don't need to trade every single day. So I'm glad that I took profit right there at 90.75 because that was pretty much the top of that move. We could see it go higher. That could also be the sweep right there to send it lower. Again, we're playing around this 200 SMA, so it's just probably finding support here. We could take it on our take profit funded, and then again just risking below that, you know, at 76. I may do that just to.
Order filled.
That account's on live support anyways, so. Oh shit.
Order filled.
Ah, dang it. That was on the eval. That wasn't on the funded. Fuck. I need to make $9. It's okay. We can do a quick rapid fire trade to get that $9 back so that we're back over the 25,000 mark. That's no problemo. Yeah, the market does suck on Mondays. But the market's going to do what the market does, and it's how you react. So I know, I try to be, I am positive about my trading and about the confidence in myself. So when I say I suck on Mondays, it's not me getting down on myself. That's just what my data is showing me. All right, let's see if we can get this $9 back here. I want to enter a quick short. Looks like we're going to get a pop back up. Once this breaks, once it stops consolidating here and we pick a direction and it starts moving, I'm just going to market order in and then mark it out to get that $9 back. All right, let's do it.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, we're back on that. We're back passing that account. Okay. Boom. 25 or 26,502. I think they automatically factor in the commissions on these. So hopefully that's the case and we pass that account. So glad I took that profit at 90.75 on the funded. We got about 8 points away on NASDAQ from taking London highs. So I mean, the read was there. The read was definitely there down at 843. That was a solid read. You can see on ES we swept that previous high of the 5-minute candle above the 200 SMA, pushed down, and then we swept below the 200 SMA. So I'm curious to see how we react here, because if we push below this 200 SMA and close below it, we'll probably see a retracement back down to get these moving averages to get closer to each other so that we can continue back higher, because the market doesn't just move linearly in a straight line. It likes to, likes to do this. It likes to go up, likes to come down like that, especially on trend days. That's an ideal trend day if if that's what we're going to have. Very rarely do you see the market do something like this where, you know, like how we have here where we just went up and then it just keeps going up. It did that back in COVID, but it's not doing that anymore. All right, we're getting that retracement now. So you see this pink line on the chart here? That's a sweep. So when we get a sweep, that's, you know, an internal sweep because we took out an internal high, not something externally over here. We did take out this external high. So this would be a good area to draw the fib geometry, especially if we're expecting a retracement down, which the 2618 lines up with this area here of support. So, you know, we could see this fib geometry play out. Just gave another entry. It's also a very strong level of support. So, you know, it'd be small risk. It'd be about 8 points of risk to, you know, target like 30 points of profit. So I'm going to try it out here on my funded take profit account. If we get this closure, we're still above that 200 SMA. Okay, so pushing up. Yeah, I'm going to risk it on the funded, on the take profit funded. This account, like I said, it's on life support. So we're not risking too much here. We're risking about 8 points of 8 points on one Leo micro, targeting down to 57. If this stops me out instantly, then that's fine. I just wanted to see how this would play out. I'm going to move my stop up to the high just because it is, just give it a little bit more room. We got 80.5 as the entry. And again, if this comes out and just stops me out, that's fine. I'm kind of just testing the ideas on this account because we are on life support. You can see here on the 15-minute how we swept that high. That's what the pink line is, and then we're pushing back down. So we could just see a continuation back up. And that's why we test out our ideas, right? I don't know what's going to happen, but my setup is telling me, hey, this is presenting an entry, so try it out. How we doing today, chat? You guys making money? Vibes a little bit better than yesterday. I know I was a little down in the dumps because we lost, but we're doing better today. You know, I might just trade evals on Monday. Monday only for evals. At least for the next week, you know, because again, like I showed you guys, 3 out of 4 Mondays so far in June I've lost. So just like anything else that we look at in the market, that's historical data, right? That's historical data in real time. So the next thought would be, don't trade next Monday. Trade your evals, see if you can get green on the evals, and then go from there. And then reevaluate, right? Nice. So that take profit eval, the 25K eval that I passed today, I've been trading it for 9 trading days, which is really good. I'm getting these evals cut down to about 8 to 9 days for me to pass them. You know, and then that's just, I'm getting better with that, and that mindset, that psychology of, you know, taking the trades, accepting the risk, that's slowly going to transfer over to me in my funded accounts. Because it's just something with, I don't know what it is with the funded accounts, with my psychology, with the fear of losing them. I trade the funded accounts a lot more conservatively and a lot more reserved, and I hesitate. And when I hesitate, it's when I start taking trades, you know, where I'm like, oh, look at this move up. I wait, like the crosswalk things, wait, and then I long at the top, and then I lose, and I'm like, fuck, I should have longed down here. Well, yeah, it gave me opportunities to long down there, but I hesitated and I didn't take the opportunity. So that's what the evals are for, builds that confidence. I mean, I have 4 funded accounts right now, so we'll keep trading those. We'll keep trading them, taking the setups, putting the risk on. That's why I took this setup here on my take profit funded, because oh, well, it's a good setup. I could just have an idea. Okay. But then when it comes down, if it comes down here to the 2618 and it gives me my profit, I'm going to be pissed because I sat here and watched it, And if it loses, that's fine. I'll lock these accounts for the day if this trade loses, and then I'll move on. I'll go pick up another eval and trade that for the rest of the day. It's just getting that training, that repetitiveness, conditioning myself to accept the loss on the funded account. I accepted the loss yesterday on my Lucid fundeds, and then look, I came back today and got it right back. Sure, it's only $3 in profit for the week, but that's not a blown account, and the market's going to be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Not on Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it'll be here. It'll be here. It'll be here this time next year. And the goal is to have these accounts here at that time, not blown. All right, enough of my yapping. Looks like on the 5 minute, if we get this closure below the 200 SMA on the 5 minute, that gives me some good confidence that we're going to go lower. If we just push up and run the stop, then that's fine. We'll lock the accounts. I might grab another eval to trade throughout the day. I only have one eval right now, which I just passed. And my rule for myself, okay, we got the closure below. But my rule for myself is I'm not buying evals until I pass an eval. So I just unlocked that for myself. So that's it's good news there. Here, let's show the balance so that you guys can see. $26,500. Another eval pass. All right, that closure below the 5 minute or below the 200 SMA on the 5 minute is providing us some more selling pressure here. I'm gonna let this ride. I'm liking the way this is looking. We are finding support at the plow previous low week, so okay. As soon as I say that, we're getting some heavy selling pressure. We're just going right back up. So that's okay. Well, that's fine. Because if this trade loses, I'm still going to be green on the day in this account. I'm only risking like 40 bucks here. Here, let's show it. Let's show it. Entries at 80.5. Stop loss is up here. I'm risking about 53 bucks. So I'm not going to ruin my day with a $53 loss, ending a little bit lower in the profit for the funded account because I put the trade idea on. I wanted to see it play out, and it playing out is it hitting the stop loss or take profit, not just hitting the take profit. Hitting the stop loss or take profit. And that was up about 9 points. 9 points with one mini, that's 450 bucks. So if I was trading with one mini, I might have taken my profit there and just called it a day. But that's the point, is you got to get comfortable with your setups. You got to get comfortable with your system in order to repeatedly take those trades and see them work, see them come to fruition. Otherwise, you're just going to be putting these position tools on your chart and watching the moves go by without you actually participating. You can do that all day, that's fine. But until you actually have this little ticker right here, this guy showing you your profit and loss, you're not going to build that confidence to take your own setups. And that's what we're doing here. This is a learning experience. I'm not claiming to be, you know, some big trader, some guru. I'm just an ordinary guy trying to learn the market. So yeah, if you haven't already, please like the stream. I haven't been saying that much, but you know, we do want to build the channel, try to get some more viewers. Reach out, you know, reach people that may need help, that may need the just simple, you know, guidance on what to look for, what to try, what, you know, what to start with if they are starting in the market. So if you could like the stream, that would be great. I would appreciate that. This is not financial advice, by the way. And something that I've noticed too is these manipulation moves. See how we pushed right back up? We pushed up, poked above the 20 SMA, and then we came right back down. That's that manipulation. Like that's where people would go, oh, okay, we're holding. You know, we're gonna keep pushing, and then they do this. And then what happens? The next two candles, you're stopped out. That's why I didn't cut that trade. That's why I didn't move my stop loss. It's just you got to let the trade setup work out. And we could come right back up and blow through my stop. That's fine. But we could also come down here to the take profit. Thank you. Thank you. Some pretty solid trades indeed. You know, this little mishap over here. The position looks something like this. Let me get on the chart where I took that. The entry was at 75. 63. We'll put this on the chart because that was the original move that I, you know, was looking at my eval, and then I didn't see the take profit, so I cut it at like $20 in profit, and then I got back in, and then I ended up taking profit at 90.75. And if that was the case where I had just held, shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know, that would have been 15 points in profit. So I'm gonna put this down here to this original trade because we made about the same amount of money if I would have held that, or if I would have cut it right there. You know, we made about the same amount of money re-entering and getting that profit. So now let's see what we're looking at here as far as this goes. So full TP would be about 115 bucks on this trade. We're sitting at 60 bucks in profit. It is 7:41. This is about the time where I usually call it. So, you know, I'm going to let this trade run. But I think I'm going to call it here. We'll go over this tomorrow. Yesterday wasn't too good of a day. You can see, you know, the fib geometry didn't work out. So I didn't have any trade ideas to go over with y'all today that I put on the chart yesterday. So we'll see how this fib geometry plays out. I'll leave it the position on the chart. We'll review it tomorrow, you know, as the market's opening and setting the ranges. So if you're green, lock it up, walk away, or at least lock those accounts and walk away. If you're red, manage your risk, set a limit for yourself, and if you hit that limit, walk away. But I'm going to call it here, get ready for work, you know, go deal with that. But hope everyone has a good day, and God bless. I'll see you in the morning.